Hi, my name is Maggie McGrath, and I'm going to be going over with you some ways to motivate adult learners through professional developments. Andragogy is the understanding of how adults learn differently than younger learners. Malcolm Knowles asserted that there are 5 principles of how adults learn best: that the learning is self directed, that adults utilize their background knowledge, that they want to make sure the knowledge is relevant to their current roles, and that the instruction will be problem centered, and that adults are highly motivated to learn. Adult learners tend to be more self directed than younger learners because they already know how they learn best, and typically they have a reason for going back to school. They also have life experiences that they can use to help them make connections to the material being taught, as well as being able to choose the classes or programs that will directly lead to their career advancement. Adult learners do not need as long to think about an unknown subject as younger learners. Adult learners will try out new skills to exercise their problem solving skills and see if the new skill will be applicable to their exact situation. Adults who go back to school are motivated to learn and to succeed, which leads them to utilizing all of their skills at their disposal. When applying the andragogical principles for the adult learner, they create more authentic learning experiences. An authentic learning experience will have the adult learner embrace the ownership of their learning by internally reflecting on their own personal motivation. To help adults take ownership of their learning, it is important for the educator to help the teacher create practical and attainable goals which they can have personal and professional satisfaction with the gaining of new knowledge. Setting attainable goals will help them feel confident and successful as they start to see themselves meet those goals. Before starting any professional development, it is important to lay out what will be covered, because adult learners are more inclined to learn when they feel that what they are about to learn is worthwhile and useful to them and their professional goals. Best practices to engage adult learners is to plan your professional developments. Your professional developments will require plan and forethought on what the teachers, school, and district need. One successful method is to narrow down what the school district leaders have as their goals for the school year, and then send out a survey to the teachers with some choices on what they would like to focus on for their professional growth. Another way is to ensure that a professional development is successful is to make sure it will be relevant and useful, as well as focus on what the teachers have requested. When a teacher knows that they can immediately use this new knowledge in their classroom to help their students, they will be engaged and excited to participate in the course. Finally, it is important to revisit professional developments. Engaging in a cycle of learning means that the facilitator will return throughout the year to revisit the topic of the professional development, to dive deeper into the topic each session. This is a fantastic way for teachers to build mastery in a new subject. Lastly, it is important to point out that just like children, adults benefit from social connections, and active learning comes from working within a group. Getting the teachers to learn among their colleagues will deepen their learning and their understanding, especially if the facilitator gives the professionals a chance to talk and to participate with their peers. When getting ready to create a professional development, the facilitator should take the time to get to know who they will be presenting to, gain an understanding of the teachers and the demographics of their students. Taking the time to do this research of who will be in the attendance of the professional development will reduce bias from the audience. They will see that the presentation is being geared for them and the needs of their specific student body. Working towards moving any perceived bias will help gain the trust of an audience because they will feel seen and validated. Theo? I gotta do it again.